level of art seems like it doesn't really matter. Now the inking is done, and he starts with coloring. And I think what he used here is actually not watercolors. He's actually using inks as well. So there are like these pre-mixed inks that behave probably a bit different than watercolors. I don't know exactly how because I never used them. Seems like I've never used anything in this video particularly. Yeah, I just can say that the colors look pretty amazing. So they look really bright and yeah, they look really clean. I think I think I have to try those as well because the result looks actually not as patchy as when you use at least I use watercolors. Okay, for the black now he's using a felt tip pen. That's such an iconic hair shape and it looks just so good without adding any highlights to the hairs. It just is so iconic that you just can draw this black blob and it looks pretty amazing. And I love how beautiful this artwork looks. Yeah, just with using flat inks and then adding one layer of shadows over it. And I love it so much, guys. I can't even describe how much I just love this drawing and love this character, love Toriyama and all of his comics. I'm just like the biggest fanboy, I guess. And yeah, that's actually it for today's episode of Illustrated React. If you like the video or want to support the channel, feel free to subscribe. That would mean actually the world to me. If you want me to react to something specific, let me know down in the comments. What artist?
Congressman Ted Budd knows how hard North Carolina's family farms work to feed us.
And I live on our family farm. A lot of my education came from growing up on that family farm.
That's why he's fighting to make sure farmers get the vital access to the loans and credit they need to produce more food and prosper. Thank Congressman Ted Budd and tell him to continue helping keep North Carolina farms viable for the next generation.
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska? That's why you need the new and improved bearskin hoodie. The 6-pocket polar fleece tactical hoodie that blocks wind and regulates heat for incredible comfort wherever you are. Thousands of men across the world already love wearing the bearskin hoodie instead of their regular hoodies. Why? Because sure, your average fleece.
Hi guys, I'm Mo. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another episode of Illustrated Reacts. Today it's gonna get wild. We're gonna react to two of the most famous mangakas, and I think you suggested them the most. And thank you, by the way, guys, for follow. So I think this shirt fits the video a lot better, anyways. But thanks to this series, I just started to get into manga and anime. I started reading Death Note. I started reading Dr. Stone, which will be one of the artists we're going to review today. And I actually started watching My Hero Academia. And I was a split second away from starting One Piece, but then I realized it has over 1,000 chapters. So if we would start reading one chapter after we read that, we would be done with reading One Piece in 19 years.
Wow.
So this is actually when I realized why a lot of people are actually into watching anime. But without any further ado, our first artist we are going to react to is Bocce, the artist of Dr. Stone. Okay, it seems like it's a live drawing he did on Anime New York City, something like a Comic-Con probably. And he also is using a mechanical pencil, and his first rough sketch seems to be pretty rough. But you can clearly see, I mean it's hard to tell on the video probably, but you can see that he has a super foreshortened pose going on. Okay, so he has this really rough sketch, and of course, we know this by now, he jumps straight into inking without doing a proper sketch that would take him more time, or where he refines the lines. And he's using his cool looking brush, probably a brush that he's using for quite some time now, and he actually wrapped around some tape So he has a bigger lead to hold, which is pretty cool. And I think, to be honest, guys, purple brush is so hard to control. I think there are a couple of things that are easier to control, like plastic pans, and then it gets more difficult with like knit brush pens, and then you have like pendle pocket brush pens, which are pretty close to a brush, and then you have just the pure brush, which is probably the hardest medium to control. But if you are able to control it, you can get these beautiful results with really thin lines. But if you want, if you really press hard, you can get these really big black blobs. Once the ink gets a bit dry, you can also start shading like he did down here. I love how Zenku's hair is actually, these black blobs on top, like he would dye his hair just in the opposite direction of having like blonde, which is so cool, and it's probably perfect when you use a brush. And yeah, the way he's pushing out the inks is crazy, guys. What you can clearly see what you should do when you have multiple characters in one drawing. The thicker the line is, the more prominent it will be. So if you want the viewer to look, for example, at the fist, you draw these really thick lines to make the fist stand out. And the further you get back into the artwork, so you see how much thinner those lines on the feet are than the lines that he uses on this fist of Zengu, for example. And he does an amazing job by, making the dress completely black, so to make Zengu stand out even more. So yeah, it's comic, and so they get this huge publisher deal. And what's amazing about this artist is that he's so incredibly good, and that one is such a good storyteller. As you can see here, one on the right side actually did a really good job at telling the story, and you can clearly see that you can tell what's going to happen. But if you compare it to Murata's drawing on the left, you see this huge difference in art quality. It's crazy even still how close he makes this artwork look, even though it's like just 100 times better than the original artwork. Even though I think it's kind of cool. The right side is one's original artwork is kind of a super unique style. It's kind of cool, anyways. But the fact that he is, making it look so close, like this one, I don't want to say what his chin looks like. You know what it looks like, guys. Today I want to react to him doing a full illustrations. Yeah, you can clearly tell that he is one of those manga artists that doesn't start with a really rough sketch. His sketch looks almost perfect. It looks way better than every single sketch I did in my life. What I always find so fascinating and so inspiring is that these guys are not, doing like you learn in art school, like you're doing starting with geometric shapes and stuff. They just start by pushing out all the details, and it looks almost always perfect. And yeah, just beautiful. I don't know. Of course, they are so good because they've drawn their characters like 1,000 times probably, but that doesn't make it any less good. Look at how he pushes out those hands. It's crazy, man. Okay, let's jump a bit forward because I think once he's done with this drawing, he will, yeah. Of course, he will directly jump into inking. And what a lot of people got wrong in the last video, that I was confused that these guys directly ink over the lines without erase. I didn't mean, of course, that they erase their lines completely. I just
My inspiration comes from nature, the places that I've traveled, and pushing myself as far as I can. That's insane. Love discovering a
I think when you have a perfect sketch to start from, you can directly ink over it, it's fine, and it's definitely beautiful. He's using G pen as well for his lines, which gives him like a really his line work. He can draw thick lines and thinner lines. It's just amazing how he pushes out these mechanical shapes of the hand. Looks, by the way, pretty close to like an Iron Man hand, I feel. Okay, this is the brush I was talking about earlier, the pencil pocket brush or something, where you have a synthetic brush in it, but you don't have to dip it into color because it has an ink cartridge at the back of the brush. I used this brush as well for a couple of days, and it's so hard to control. Also, he's using whiteout to, paint in some highlights back on top. Pretty epic, guys. Pretty epic. Well, it seems like he's done with the inking and is erasing the lines now with a huge, unreal, huge eraser. But it's kind of cool. Okay, now we come to the coloring, and he is actually coloring with a comic mug. So satisfying to watch this, guys. I don't know. Oh, okay, he's actually doing a really beautiful shading technique where he tries to make this arm look super shiny, and I've actually never seen something like this because he's using different colors. He's using blues and brownish golden parts, but it actually works pretty well. He makes this arm look super shiny. Probably the yellow parts down here should be the reflection of One Punch Man's skin on the arm, and it works beautifully. Ooh, it's such a beautiful color scheme with this metallic arm with these beautiful blues. And then now he, as a contrast, has this really beautiful orange, and it gives like a super cool contrast, makes it look so good. And beautiful, just so beautiful. I love his shading style so far. It looks crazy good. I love, by the way, that he is not overly blending the colors. A lot of people, when they use coffee markers, blend a lot, and I also love that. But he is actually just doing kind of a cell shading look, which looks pretty cool, fits to the style. Interesting. Okay, so he's not only using whiteout, he's also using white paint for the highlights. This is the final artwork. I love the design. I love the colors. It looks so good. Beautiful artwork. And yeah, what can I say, guys? Just an incredible artist. Two incredible artists actually in this episode. So my mind was kind of blown again, and I can't wait for the next episode. So if you want to see more videos from me, feel free to subscribe. We are actually almost at 30K subscribers, and I'm so thankful. So thanks to all of you guys. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to leave a like because that actually helps the videos a lot. And then I will hopefully see you guys in one of my next videos where I will maybe already try comic markers. Well, just if I actually sold my soul to the devil to get them. Which I maybe did, maybe I didn't. But I will see you then. Bye bye, guys.
Now Rich can boost your credit scores instantly. Free with Download the experience now.
to react, the only show,
That's right.
the show where I react to other people drawing. If you also want to suggest an artist, feel free to follow me on my Instagram and just hit me up on my direct message, and then maybe I will react to your favorite artist in the next video. And one of these suggested artists is Akihito Yoshitomi. He recorded all 31 of his Inktober drawings from 2019. This video is 1.5 hours long, pure drawing without anyone talking. Well, now I'm the one who's talking. This is day one of his Inktober. He already did the sketch, which is a pretty rough sketch, to be honest, but we are used to these rough sketches by now. They're really just sketching out the basic shapes and all the details he is adding directly with the G pen. Especially it's so hard to draw like these mechanical parts anyways, but you know, just drawing in the details directly over a pretty rough sketch is pretty crazy to think about it. But just listen to the sound for a second, guys. I just love listening to pencil scratching on paper, and these G pens, they definitely have the most satisfying sounds of all of them. And you see how quick he's doing the strokes, so this gives his lines so much dynamicness, and it's pretty epic. And I love like how he adds these blobs of black to show that these parts are shadow, especially also on the dress down here. It's a perfect way to use line weight. Where there are shadows, you should do a thicker line, and where there is the light part of the drawing, you should do thinner lines. How good is this already looking? I don't know. And it's just day one, so if I would be able to draw so good, I would completely do Inktober each year, definitely. So by the way, for those of you who don't know what Inktober is, it basically is a challenge I think created by Jake Parker, and a lot of artists around the world are starting on the 1st of October doing an ink drawing every single day throughout Inktober, and most of us, including me, are dropping out of the challenge after 4 days. Yeah, but not Yoshitomi. He is actually drawing all 31, and all of these 31 drawings are epic. And it's just a sketchbook drawing. Beautiful artwork. Day one. So I would highly suggest, guys, if you are interested in watching more of those super satisfying ASMR videos, he's also using felt tip pens. And look at this. Listen to the pencil on paper. Yes. So satisfying. I don't know. By the way, I love how he sharpens his pencil like with this super long lead. Don't know why he's doing this. Maybe that he's not pressing too hard. Well, actually, I just know that people actually do this so they can shape with the pen, but it doesn't seem like he's shading with the pen, so I really don't know why he has sharpened his pencil lead like this. Let's just take a look at how he shapes the hair, because that's really interesting. Okay, he's using his pencil pocket brush pen. We already learned about this pen in the last video. It's one, I think, the most difficult tool to control, but if you can control it like he does, so beautiful, looks so good, guys. I don't know. He is incredible, and he has a YouTube channel. So, guys, if you want to check this video and his YouTube channel, definitely go. It's definitely worth it. And we are going to continue with none other than Yo Yoshinari, who is the creator and I think also character designer and animation director and director of Little Witch Academia, which is this beautiful short film. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. There's also a series on Netflix, I think. And the original video is also up on YouTube. I'm going to link it down in the description as well. This is the sped up version, which is 10 minutes. And I think originally it takes him 1.5 hours, which is for 2.5 hours. I'm not sure anymore. Anyways, he's doing a full illustration, so crazy fast for completed full illustration, especially on such high quality level. So you just saw how he pushes out the sketch. But what's interesting, I think, his approach is that he is probably the first of the mangaka artists we've seen so far that is doing a super rough sketch and then doing a more refined sketch on top and is not directly inking over his super first rough initial sketch. So he's doing multiple sketches before he starts with the kind of inking, and it's actually how I work as well. I just do, I think, one or two, maybe sometimes even three sketches before I start with the final line work. Whew. Actually, yeah, look at the hands. The pose of the hands is so good. And if you don't know his works, you should also definitely check out his sketches and stuff. They are up on Google Images and on Pinterest, and his sketches are so good. I love his character designs. I love that his style is less realistic than other manga and animes. A lot more stylized. Also, the proportions and stuff are a lot more stylized in the anime, but it's so expressive. You can see how much experience he has. It's beautiful. And now what he's doing here right now is something, I forgot how it's called, but he is starting with having really bright saturated colors that are all really different from each other. He's going to recolor the image with the actual colors of these characters. We will probably see this as well, so let's see. Yeah, here he is just doing the color balance, changing all the colors. I think it's just for him, it's easier to see which parts are colored, which parts are not colored yet. So if that colors are done, let's check out how he puts on some shadows and some highlights on his characters. Jumping over to Coral Painter actually. I think he was using Photoshop before, yeah. For the moment he's using Photoshop, which is interesting, and then he comes over to Coral Painter. I'm not sure.
Alive with delicious Mexican flavors. They mix. Find us in the frozen aisle.
Know anymore if I ever used it, but I think what you can do there is that you have pencils that look more like oil paintings. It's a bit more artsy, and Photoshop is still more like a photo manipulation software, and Color Painter is just for painting and drawing. So that's probably why he's preferring it. I mean, he is kind of cel shading his characters, but he's also erasing into the cel shading to give it a more realistic shaded look. And I think it definitely looks beautiful. He, by the way, turned off the color layer just to work on the shading. And then I think what he will do is turning the color layer back on. And he's going to set this shadow layer to multiply. The shadows are done. Now he will probably jump back over to Photoshop and set the shadows to multiply. And then he's changing the shadows to a reddish tone. And this is a really useful way to work. You should definitely try to work in just with the basic gray shadow tone, and then put the layer to multiply, and then change the color to reddish tone, and then you will end up with something that looks really beautiful, like this. So you can see how he has like his pinkish reddish shadows, and this is what makes this illustration look so well. And here is the finished artwork, which is epic. The pose is epic. It's so dynamic, it's crazy. And then if you have like so crazy dynamic poses, you can directly see that he has a background in animation where it's all about making super crazy dynamic poses, and key poses especially. So epic stuff, guys. Epic stuff. I think the video is gonna be pretty long, but I somehow want to do one more. Let's just do another one. So last but not least, we have Naoshi Komi. Naoshi Komi. The creator of Nisekoi. Probably the worst pronunciation you've ever heard. Nisekoi. And he is starting really rough. It looks almost like stick figures, like really advanced stick figures. But I think I will just sped up this video a bit because it's 48 minutes. Which sometimes I think you really don't need double speed when you watch these guys because they're working so fast anyways. Okay, now I can see what he did there. he actually did not work on multiple characters and on a composition. He is just doing rough pose drawings to just search for a really dynamic pose that he can use for the finished illustration properly. So yeah, and now he found the pose that he wants to draw and that works for him. So he is doing another rough sketch, a bit more detail, and I think it's going to be the second artist that is doing more than just the super simple sketch. He is doing multiple sketches as well, which is something new. Something new we discovered in these videos. Hey, I wouldn't have thought that there is a manga who's doing more than the super crazy rough sketch and then jumps directly into inking. Which was also really depressing to see that some of those guys are just whipping it out like crazy. So he's lightly erasing his rough sketch for the first time and now is probably working on the final line drawing. He's actually doing really strokey lines, so this is probably just another sketch. I mean, it seems some parts seem really finished other than others. Okay, I think it's interesting what he does. He is doing a sketch, and before he finishes the sketch completely, he is erasing parts of the sketch and finishing parts of the drawing, and then moves on to the next part. Actually, it's a pretty interesting new way of searching for the perfect lines, and then he starts inking. Okay, the inking, we're gonna jump forward here a bit. Because I think, okay, he's using also a felted pen, not only the G pen, also a felted pen. That's kind of cool. I'm really interested to see the coloring, to be honest, so I'm gonna jump forward. Because as you may know, I recently bought some comic markers, and he is using comic markers as well, so maybe, probably, we're gonna learn a lot. Okay, it's interesting. He starts with drawing the blush on the cheeks and on the hands before he adds the skin tone. I usually work the other way around. I start with the skin tone and then I paint in the blush and stuff. Okay, he's drawing in a pink, and I'm not sure. I'm assuming that he's working on some kind of a gradient. Wow, beautiful gradient already. Okay, and that's what I thought. He started with the blush and then added the skin tone. So we already learned something. Maybe something to try out for the next challenge, to start the other way around. Start with the blush at first and then start coloring. Okay, yeah. This character, I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry. It's actually a blonde character, so he starts with now blending in the blonde over to the pink. Ooh, and the way it looks so epic, guys. I don't know. What I like about this comic coloring is that he is not blending a lot. I mean, he blends and use the gradient for the hair, but the shading actually is really cell shaded. So he has a huge difference between the light tone and the darker tone, which gives his illustrations this typical anime look. And I think it's super beautiful. Oh my god, guys. It's so satisfying. I don't know, something about watching comic marker colorings is so much more epic than watching digital coloring. At least it's my opinion. He adds white highlights probably on the hair and on the eyes, and white up. And with the G pen as well for the eyes probably. Okay, now for details on the hair and for the eyes. And I know that we're gonna learn a lot by just watching these masters working, guys. I don't know. Looks so good. Beautiful artwork. What a wonderful episode. And I hope you liked it as well. So let me know down in the comments as well which one of these illustrations was your favorite. Yeah, and then I will hopefully see you guys in the next episode of Illustrator Reacts. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and maybe send me your favorite artist I should react to in another one of these episodes. So, see you there. Until then, bye-bye, guys.
Let's just roll it along.
Where is he? Where's someone?
The Winds of Power, now streaming only on Prime Video.
At Petco, shopping for your pet is easier than ever. No, really. You get same-day delivery of what you need when you need it. Plus a few extras. Lickety split. You can set repeat deliveries on your schedule or on his. And enjoy the convenience of picking up simply by pulling up. With same-day delivery, repeat delivery, and curbside pickup, you can Petco and go.
Hi guys, hello, welcome back to my outro and welcome back to yet another episode of Illustrator Reacts, the only show where I react to other people drawing actually. Sounds like a weird concept, but it's fun. And by the way, we recently surpassed 40,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for the attention the channel gets lately. And also thank you to today's sponsor of this episode, Wing Fox. Our first artist to react to is, I know I will not be able to pronounce that name, so please computer help.
春一古舘
He is the artist of Haikyuu. Hi. These Shampoo intros, they are so cool, guys. We gonna see this drawing actually from the beginning, which is pretty cool. And this video is actually 44 minutes long, which is a lot. So we will probably have to skip some parts. Okay, so he is doing a really light sketch, probably searching for a highly dynamic poses, because those volleyball poses are actually highly dynamic, so probably, I'm assuming, super difficult and hard to draw. And he actually searches for the right form. He drew multiple arms and is just looking what does look the most dynamic, which arm pose should I actually choose for the final illustration. And I really like that approach. It actually really reminds me of the art of Yu-Gi-Oh! We reacted to as well, where he also had like this really loose sketch. But every stroke you can see how good those artists actually are. It's an incredible pose. I mean, look at this pose. Look at the arm. So dynamic. Just another incredible artist. Yeah. Always like kind of frustrating to see, but always also really motivating to see those guys drawing and painting. Still really loose, draws over his lines multiple times, looking actually really chaotic when you look at those feet. Oh, he erased, guys, he erased actually. Oh, that's really uncommon. Usually we don't see those manga artists erase a lot of their artwork. And I'm always thinking about how are those guys with such chaotic sketches able to stay on top of things like with such a chaotic sketch? Because I've seen too many of those videos. I would say I'm pretty sure that he will not do another drawing on top of this. This is the rough sketch that he's gonna directly ink. But let's see. It's just an assumption. Okay, this is the final sketch. So let's see if I was right, or yeah, of course, he doesn't do another sketch to define things up front. He jumps directly in, as most of these guys, with the inking. And that's what I mean with actually saying how he can stay on top of things. There are so many lines all over the page, and he just still has to choose the right lines to ink over, and I think it's always, for me personally, really hard. Yeah, but I love how he works with line weight a lot more than what we saw on other artists. So on the deeper shadows here on the hair, he uses thicker lines, and it really gives like a great question of depth and dynamicness. Oh, he erases, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Can you see that? I mean, okay, he uses white out to remove some of the mistakes he made. For me, it's pretty flawless actually. The inking is done, and we will probably gonna see the coloring as well. And he's using topic markers. He does a really good job at leaving the white spaces for the highlights of the skin tone actually. Oh my god, the shading with the orange, it looks so good. Oh my god, it just pushes out the folds with comic markers immediately. Amazing shading, amazing shading. That's so good. You can clearly now see the folds of the shirt and just beautiful. I don't know. I just love reacting to these manga artists because they are so quick and draw so amazingly good. But what I always find really sad is that you don't really see the thought process behind the artworks. This actually leads us to today's sponsor of this video, wingfox.com, an online tutorial website. We have concept design in 3D to learn from. We have animation tutorials, and especially interesting to me is a tutorial by Livia Prima, a professional artist that worked for all the major fantasy brands out there, like League of Legends and Magic the Gathering. I mean, look at a couple of her artworks. Mind-blowing to me. It's incredible, like the detail and the rendering especially. Whew, incredible. So what's actually even more amazing than seeing the finished artwork for me personally always is how the artist actually started. So that's actually pretty interesting. She shows us exactly how she started this artwork. She actually started with photographing herself in all kinds of different poses, searching for pose, and then she uses this body scan model because you can pose them a lot more than these wooden figures. And then she actually makes a mood board for the colors that she wants to use with the clouds. And the most amazing thing is seeing how she researches for the armor. So if you've never done digital art, she also explains how she works in Photoshop, which kind of brushes she uses, and really interesting stuff. But let's check out more of the art, what we are all here for, because we want to see amazing artists doing amazing drawings. Usually I should be the one drawing, but yeah, you know, I'm lazy, so I'm just reacting to other people who are way better than me already.
Usually I start with the head, but not always.
And I think it's really interesting that she starts with searching for the right gesture. So this is what I mean when seeing the thought process behind the artworks. That it's just not like you just start and do an amazing artwork. It's just all trial and error. You search for the right poses. Pretty incredible stuff. I mean, look at those sketches. They are so already so much better than when I do a finished illustration. It's really interesting the brush she uses. That you can actually also download if you are using Photoshop. A really textured brush that is actually a bit thicker, so she is not really drawing in lines. She's thinking more like a painter, so every stroke that she makes is more thinking about where she wants to set the shadows and all that kind of stuff. Because once the armor is finished, she works on those amazing looking wings. Pretty amazing stuff. I mean, come on, look at this sketch, guys. So she gives us a complete intro to colors, to the color wheel, and she's explaining the value really well. So she not directly jumps into colors. She starts with a value sketch, basically just a grayscale picture with all the information of having shadows on there, having light on there, having a gray character, then slowly adding light. Incredible. So she's also trying out different lighting schemes. Like the left is more like a backlighting, the right one is more of a top lighting. You see how things change, just using different lighting. All the kind of stuff that you see here on the right is included in this tutorial. As I said, 13 hours. Pretty amazing how much work she puts into one of those illustrations. Like imagining working 13 hours an artwork. Pretty crazy. The final artwork is just incredible. And if you are interested in checking out this tutorial by Livia Prima or a lot of other amazing tutorials, check out wingfox.com. There's actually a link down in the description, and with the code WFM10 you will get a $10 discount on the tutorial. So that's amazing. Thank you Wingfox for sponsoring this video. We also have one more artist to react to. It's Orashi Hideaki, the creator of Gintama. Somebody, it's like always again godlike speed how he pushes out like the character. And okay, I think it is a bit sped up though. To be fair, we haven't seen this one so far, so there's always something new to react to. He's using a light table, so he puts his sketch on the light table, and then the light shines through, and he sees a light version of the drawing he did. And now, actually, he's doing, guys, he is doing a second sketch without jumping straight into inking. Wow! Now he's probably gonna start inking the. Wait. No, he's not inking it. He's doing a third sketch, guys. Oh my god, what's happening? I haven't seen this in one of those videos. Usually, as you've seen in the first video, they just, do a really super rough sketch and then jump straight into inking. He is actually doing a really rough sketch, then a less rough sketch, and then he's doing one more sketch, a defined sketch, before he probably starts inking. That's incredible, and I love to see that. So it feels so relatable, and even though the artwork is a lot better than mine, it feels kind of relatable that he does multiple drawings before he has his final artwork actually. So I think it's pretty cool just to see it. It makes those guys feel a lot more human, in my opinion. It's incredible, the speed and the accuracy of his drawing. Okay, so will he do one more sketch? I highly doubt it. Okay, no. He now starts inking the picture. And of course he's also using a G-pen for this. And of course the character has spiky as well. We love our spiky hair. So interesting, he is actually using exactly the same tools like the first video we watched. G-pen and then a pencil pocket brush. And then he uses copying markers as well. Everything looks pretty similar, like actually it looks like it's the same guy doing this. I love that hair color, like with this purple hair color, it looks so cool. Oh my god guys, look, he's drawing like a pattern on the shirt. Is this a shirt, kimono, or whatever he's wearing there? It sounds so easy to draw a pattern on a shirt, but with all the foreshortening and bounding shapes going on, it's not that easy to make them look right in perspective. I'm always struggling with that, so like seeing him pushing out everything in perspective with those shapes, it's pretty incredible to be honest. It seems so easy, but it's one of the hardest things to draw. Folds, logos, or prints on shirts, patterns on shirts in perspective. Really difficult stuff. I love these two bluish tones, like this green blue tones. Beautiful pattern. Okay, then he actually defines his lines one more time with a micro pen. That's kind of interesting as well. And that's the final artwork. It looks incredible. Another amazing artist to react to, and I'm really happy about all the amazing art we've seen in this episode again. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to that channel, like the video if you liked it, and if you want to support the channel, don't forget to check out the link in the description, check out wingfox.com and leave your tutorial, and then I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
That's why Dr. George is here.
Viewers can shop to earn free products from select brands. Plus, you'll get access to exclusive sale prices and a special birthday gift for your pet. Ready to get rewarded? Enroll online at PetSuppliesPlus.com/rewards.
Hi guys, I'm Mo. Welcome back to my channel. So I was like procrastinating the whole day today, but a miracle just happened because I think I found the original date of Jump on You. So the publisher of all these amazing mangas like One Piece, Dragon Ball, also the guys who create these drawing videos that I reacted to. Jump on You. Oh my god, look at the hands, guys. It's just not fair. I'm gonna find out what this channel is about because, as you know, I don't know any Japanese and I wish I would. Like, they have like food here with drawing. Let's check this out. Okay. What is happening? Oh my god. Yo. Yo, what the fuck is happening, guys? I think that's the reason why I have to definitely somehow learn Japanese because if anyone knows what's going on, let me definitely know down in the comments, guys. I love that. Oh, that looks good though. But since we're not like a food YouTube vlog, we gotta just go back to the main page and we're gonna go back to what we can do best, reacting to famous manga artists drawing. We're gonna start with Black Clover. That's what we want. Oh, I think they kind of changed the intro. It's not the Jump on You intro anymore. This is kind of sad. Okay, let's go. That looks already epic, and I don't know anything about Black Clover, so and the drawing's already done as well. But we can at least see some of the inking, and he's using like a pretty thick pen for this, so that's pretty cool. You know what's always like really fascinating is that those guys like they start like just somewhere on the page, and then they put in a lot of detail on that small tiny section, and then they just move on to another tiny section, put a lot more detail into this as well. Every time I go, I like to, do the outlines first, or like the, I don't know, the overall shape of the body, and then I work on the details. But this guy, he's doing it completely different, and it's definitely a cool approach. I really like that. That always reminds me that ever since I started watching these videos, I wanted to try out the G-Pen. And actually, I have them lying around here for a couple of months already, and this is definitely a
Dude has a metal G-Pen. Oh my god, I need one.
If you want to watch the full video, there's a link down in the description. Yo, but I love the line weight. And this is always so satisfying when I use like rulers with G-Pens. It's so epic, guys. I don't know. And I wish we could have taken a look on the underdrawing because it looks like really sketchy again. But still amazing. Yeah, those guys not really like sketch like we do. They just nail everything in the first drawing. So yeah, I wish I could have seen this as well. And I love the character design actually, and the eyes and the teeth. They look so cool. Okay, now he starts coloring and he starts using just black Copic markers for filling in like this even bigger pieces of the drawing that needs to be black. He's using like this really wet to wet. Oh god, terrible pronunciation. Like he's not waiting until the parts are dry and not like doing shadows like the more cell shading way. He is just working really quick and with a lot of gradients, which is definitely a cool approach. So you can see that this is a really smooth gradient from the dark black to the highlight here on top with the great. Definitely a cool and interesting approach. Personally, I like the more hot shadows when it comes to comic markets a lot more. When you have shadows hanging on them, rather than those smooth gradients. But I think that's what comic markets are intentionally made for, and that's what they do really well. Is doing cool gradients and shadows with gradients. So that's definitely interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go back here. Because he is using this purple comic marker for the shadows. Which gives the shadows like this really bluish tint. So it looks like really like a cool shadow against those warm colors. Looks definitely really cool. So that should be something we should maybe write down and that we could use for some of the drawings that we do later. I use blue shadows all the time when I do digital art, but not with the comic markers. Definitely interesting. And another one of those cool, smooth gradients. You can see that the shadow side on the left down is darker, and then he has this really smooth gradient to the light side. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, and there it is. I mean, we have definitely seen better works. It's definitely an interesting approach. Let's see what else we have. Because I think I saw S's.
Introducing Discover Online Privacy Protection. We'll help remove your personal data from 10 popular people search websites. Because the thing about your personal information is that it should stay private. Online Privacy Protection. Free from Discover.
Nathan Classroom thumbnail down here somewhere. This one here, but this is only 59 seconds. Oh, here's the full version, 10 minutes. Yes, that's what we need. I have seen, I think, 1 or 2 episodes of Assassination Classroom, and let me tell you that it was like hella weird. I didn't really understand the thing, and I think it's like insane. The story is insane. Like it's like, if I remember correctly, it's the teacher and all of the students there. They try to kill the teacher. I forgot most of the plot though. But let's say,
That was legit all of the plot.
And I love that he is using a much more sketchy approach to this. And I mean, this character's face is not really that complicated. Oh man, this is like a narrated version. Let's see if there are like English subtitles or something. No. Okay, only Japanese subtitles, so we can cut this off. Oh, yo, that's something I've never seen before. He turns around the page and looks through it through the light, because then he can see his image mirrored. And if you look at your drawings mirrored, I do that all the time when you draw digitally. You can flip your drawing around horizontally, and then you will see all the drawing mistakes that you did, and that's what he's actually doing right here. But I've never seen anyone doing this with traditional art. That's such an amazing idea. I think we already learned quite a few things in this video today. So that's amazing, guys. I'm so happy like I found this channel. So show them some love, guys. Yo, that's so cool as well. Like 2 techniques I've never seen before anyone doing. He has like this ruler where you can draw ellipses with. And he's using it for, oh, have you seen that? Made in Germany, totally. Yo, that's amazing. I've never seen anyone using something like this for drawing, other than like drawing on round shapes on cars, like those technical drawings where everything needs to be really accurate. That's so interesting, guys. I love that. Have you ever seen something like that before? And he uses so many different pads. Like now he's using a G-pad as well. And he seems like such a perfectionist, like, putting like crazy effort in every single line. That's definitely something